Hey, good morning. It's Dr. James. I hope you're off to a beautiful start today. It's so wonderful to lay eyes on you. Thank you for your time and thank you for your energy. And today, I gotta be honest with you. As I was thinking about this subject that I want to share with you today, I got a little uncomfortable because I really didn't know how to talk about this. And it's not that I don't believe in this, and more importantly, it's not that I don't do this very often, because I do. And I think I'm doing it more often lately because of so many factors, and that is crying. And you may be taken back immediately when I say that. But hey, listen, tears are real, tears are necessary, and tears can be really, really healing. And I think this community embraces crying. We embrace tears. But for some of us, we sometimes feel like, gosh, you know what? I don't know what to do with all the tears. Or I'm finding myself, if I start crying, I can't even stop. Or am I being weak if I'm crying? All these different questions. So, you know what? We all have our path. And when I was a little boy at age 4, and you talk about epigenetics and how certain words or an experience will cement itself inside of you. When I was 4 years old, my dad, my dad's not with us anymore, so I love to do all I can to respect his life. But during those years, my dad was pretty much a lousy dad. He was very non-present. He wasn't very compassionate. Bless his heart. He didn't have the tools, and he didn't apply them, the ones that he had. So long story short, I was having a tough morning at age 4. And I remember my dad was sitting in his big chair, his big lazy boy recliner. And it was so instinctual. I wanted to crawl up into his arms because I needed comfort. So I started to make my way up into my dad's lap, and he picked me up like this, and he put me out like that, and he said, "Boys don't cry, grow up," and set me down. And I remember just like, boom, like wiping away the tears and putting on my big boy face. And man, it was years that I didn't even know what to do with that feeling of crying and wanting to cry. And there were so many reasons to cry in my childhood. But hey, listen, we've all got stories, right? And what I'm learning and what I want to share with you today, because I know this is a very compassionate community, and I know this community, we're not afraid to show and experience our emotions. There is something beautiful that happens under the influence of tears. So if you are feeling like you need to cry, you want to cry, and you've experienced what it feels like after you're done crying, oh my gosh, there is so much good research. But I'm going to share with you one particular compound that's released under the influence of a good cry. It's prolactin. And I'm sure you've heard of it. When it's released, it actually helps us to feel a sense of lightness, a sense of possibility. And really cool, it actually helps promote metabolism, and in that, well, it's sort of emotional well-being. It kind of cleanses things away. It kind of moves things out of the way. So if you're looking at the world, or you're going through a tough time, you're in a relationship with something or somebody, and your heart is breaking, or you're looking at the world, you're looking at wildlife, you're looking at the environment. There are so many reasons why I cry these days, but when it's coming, I get out of the way and I let it come. And I think about all these benefits, metabolism being the least of which, but I think about emotional well-being, and I think about prolactin really helping to equalize myself and to really allow myself to lighten the load. That's really what it comes down to. Tears help us to lighten the load. And compassionate people like you, caring people like you, we carry loads, some of which don't belong to us, but because we are who we are, we sometimes just take it on. But when you've taken on too much and it's becoming too heavy to carry, allow yourself a good cry. Lean all the way in and let it rip. Let it flow so you can help yourself to grow. I love you. I believe in you. And thank you for being with me on this. I'm grateful deeply for you and who you are. Bye for now.